like I said, I have health issues now, but I'm not going to let them defeat me. Actually, they turn around and they give me more strength and more push to like, I'm going to beat this. I'm not going to let it beat me.
Marlene Flowers, also known as Granny Guns. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Tommy. Thank you for having me.
Could you just start for our audience by telling us a little bit about where you're from and what you do?
Well, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'm currently a bodybuilder. I've been in competitions. I'm an influencer also, and do videos, and I've been to expos, and I'm just out there to help people see that you can exercise and stay healthy even at an older age.
What an incredible path to choose. What made you start building your platform in bodybuilding in the first place? That seems like an interesting story.
I ran an auto repair facility for many, many years, and I never really exercised except when I was in school and high school and, in college. But the rest of my life, I didn't really exercise. I was very active, but I had some health issues at about 58 years of age, and I had a revelation at that time that I had to make a change in what I was doing with my life and my health and my eating habits, because it brought me to a point of surgery. And that was my turning point. And once I started exercising, I exercised at home. It became a habit. And I also started learning how to eat healthier and just give myself the energy I needed. And eventually, exercise became part of my life. And I just progressed from exercising at home. My son got me going to the gym with him because he was exercising, and he actually had a physical transformation himself. And it was an encouragement for me to even get stronger and healthier and keep going. And just one step at a time. And now I'm into bodybuilding, and I've been in competitions, and I just want to keep going and keep getting healthier and show people that you can do it at any age.
Around when did you start feeling that you started making real changes in your life where you felt different than you did before you started working out?
Even exercising at home after a couple of years, working out at home, doing aerobics, doing some, actually at that time I was doing keto exercises, doing light weights at home. I noticed a difference in my strength, my stamina. I had a little bit more energy, and I did trim down a good bit. It only took a couple of years at home before I even progressed to the gym. And of course, once I went to the gym and pushed more weight and progressed and progressed and progressed, I got stronger and stronger and better, and to the point where I'm at now. And I'm still trying to progress. I'm still trying to go forward. It's not where you give up and you quit. You just keep going to be the best that you can be.
I love that you mentioned that you don't give up and quit, and that's so important and so on brand with what we're doing here too. We totally understand where you're coming from, but I'm wondering if there's ever been any point where you felt in your fitness journey discouraged or just down about it, and in those moments, if there are any, what did you do to pull yourself out of it?
Well, we all have moments where we don't feel well. We don't want to go to the gym. We get up, we ache. And at my age, I get up, sometimes aches and pains and stiff knees, and sometimes the back doesn't work right. But once you get moving, and I get up every morning and do ab exercises. That's like my morning routine. It gets my whole body moving. And once I do that, then I'm better. Everything's loosened up, and I keep going. And even if there are days when I don't go to the gym, actually going to the gym and you're around people that are exercising and everybody's trying to get better, you feel an atmosphere there. It's very positive and very encouraging. Everyone's there trying to improve themselves in one way or another. And by the time I walk out of that gym, I forgot about how I felt going into that gym. I feel better leaving the gym. And it's just, I think it's a really good place to actually meditate, think about yourself, think about your goals, You have some peace and quiet. A lot of people wear headphones, and I don't know, they might be reading books. They could be focusing on other things, other goals in their life, but they are there to self-improve. And I don't see anyone leaving there that looks like they're dying. And believe me, personally myself, I have had my moments where I think I don't want to go. Because it's a habit now and it is a lifestyle, I still do it, and I always feel better when I'm done. Always.
I'm wondering what made you think to turn the cameras on and let people see into your life, and maybe what a lot of people would consider a private moment. What made you consider showing everyone through your social media platforms? What made you start those?
Well, a lot of people commented to me at the gym how I should compete and how I was in such great shape. And people, I had a woman that actually commented on me in the ladies' room about wanting to get guns like I have. And she was like, I hope I get like that someday. And I'm like, you can do this, and it was just with a lot of observation and just outsiders commenting on me exercising at my age. We thought that would be really good to let people know out there in social media all over the world that age is not a limit. You can do anything you put your mind to, and you can develop muscles. And I've done it, and just showing people that it can be done too, to give them the encouragement to go forward and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Get your body in physical condition so that you feel better mentally and physically.
I love that, and being able to to show anyone that you can do anything that you put your mind to. That's very David Goggins of you. I like that a lot. Actually.
It
That's
is
for
so
sure.
true, though. It is really true. That mental fortitude, and it has to come within your heart. If you want it bad enough, you can do it. Anyone can.
Can you share with us some of your exciting milestones and accomplishments during your fitness journey?
Major milestone was overcoming an eating disorder, for one. Obviously, the health issues with the joints and the strength, that just came with it. I had an eating disorder most of my life. I had a lot of lack of self-confidence. My family was not very supportive of me from the time I left home. Through my fitness journey, they've never been supportive. They asked me why I was doing what I was doing. What's the point? None of them came to any of my competitions. None of them followed me on social media. And I have developed a family in the fit industry that has been so supportive, something I've never had all my life. And it is a wonderful thing to have all these people behind you, supporting you, encouraging you to go on, not just through the eating, but the exercise, and being able to encourage people and help them. Even in the gym, I just love doing that. Giving people positive feedback and helping them out because they all want to improve. I've gained self-confidence and a better self-image of myself through this fitness journey, which is a major problem I had all my life. It has built me into a better person, a stronger character than I've ever been, and given me a lot of mental fortitude. The physical stuff is just determination. I was always wanting to do the best I could when I was young, and at this level, even in this industry, I am doing the best I can, and I keep striving to do more and be better, and that has built self-confidence and a better self-image of myself that I have never ever had.
What are some mental strategies, talking about challenges and so forth? What are some mental strategies or techniques that you use to maintain your motivation for fitness?
One, I'm not going to let myself down. Two, I'm not going to let things defeat me. I've had that mentality a good bit of my life. I've had obstacles, bad marriages where they tried to defeat me, tried to tear me down mentally, and I would not let them do that. I would not let that happen. I've always been a survivor. I've when I found out I had cancer, it was scary, but Yeah, it is what it is. You mentally fight it. You just deal with it. That's all there is to it. I was even in a women's shelter. That's how bad things got. And I remember the women in the shelter and getting talked to about how abusive relationships were bad. And I mean, they tried to teach you mental strength to get through those things. And you can't let them or any of the situations in your life defeat you. And I have not done that. I have pushed through. I've just been, quote, a survivor, and I have maintained and gotten through all of these obstacles to be as strong as I am now and to keep pushing and not, like I said, I have health issues now, but I'm not going to let them defeat me. Actually, they turn around and they give me more strength and more push to, like, I'm going to beat this. I'm not going to let it beat me. And as recently as like within a month, I got a health issue and I'm like, I'm not gonna let this slow me down. I'm not gonna let it tear me down. It upset me initially, but I, I pushed through it. And actually that day at the gym, I beat my own PRs. I was so determined. I beat my own personal records. It was amazing. It just pushed me even further.
I don't think we had a chance to touch on. I think you said that you overcame cancer. Is that right?
I currently still have CLL, which is chronic lymphocytic leukemia. The counts of my white blood is higher than the normal range. Um, the doctors, I get it checked every 6 months. So far, I'm at a fair level where I don't have to worry about getting chemo or anything like that. And that was like 6 years ago when I was first diagnosed. And yeah, it was a little bit scary, but I've learned to take certain supplements to help control that, to keep it at the lower level. And of course, exercise always helps. And eating properly, eating the right foods. I don't eat processed foods, things like that, just to try to eat clean and keep myself as healthy as I possibly can to keep battling it. And so far, so good.
That's amazing. I mean, fighting cancer in a healthy way. That's a fortunate way to be able to combat it. And I'm glad to see that that's working for you. And I hope that it continues to. And thank you for sharing that. Just to go back a little bit now, I know you had mentioned that you had a lack of support from
Mhm.
family and a lack of support from people from maybe your natural market or community or people that you maybe grew up with and so forth. And then but you pushed through that, and you had, at the very least, you had your son, which has been, it sounds like, a rock for you,
Yes, he has.
which is fantastically important. But then through that time, you also were able to find, as you coin them, a fit family. And I'm just wondering, how does your fit family support you in your endeavors? And maybe you can tell us a little bit about who's in your fit family and how they help keep you positive during difficult times.
Fit family started about 2 years ago. Actually, one of the first ones that was supportive was Logan Chitwood. He was behind me from the very beginning. He was very supportive. He admired me for what I was doing. And before he even became big, and he's pretty big right now, when I met Noel Dazel, I went to a meet and greet at a vitamin store, and his associate pulled me out of the line and asked me, said, showed me a video, said, "Is this you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." He said, "Oh, you don't wait in line. You come up here. Noel wants to meet you." And he introduced me to everyone in the vitamin shop, put me in front of everyone, and it was an amazing experience. I'll never ever forget it. It was a life changer. Then there was David Ziegler, Ziegler Monster. He invited me to his home in Las Vegas last year for New Year's. It was my first trip. I got to see Vegas. He showed me around. We stayed at his house. We worked out together. It was amazing. It was wonderful. And he's been very supportive to me all along also. And they are family. We all have something in common. We all can relate, and they help me feel good about myself. Like I belong with them. This is my family now. This is such a supportive and positive environment. And there are so many others that I've met over the last year that I can't even name all of them. But they're all so positive and very, very supportive. And it's great. It's a wonderful feeling.
It's wonderful to hear that after you pushed through for all these years, that, it's never too late and you did find a community and a network of people and a life with a fit family and people who support you in your endeavor. So that's wonderful and super encouraging. Thank you so much for sharing that.
No matter what you're doing in life, if you find people with the similar goals, you will find the support you're looking for. It doesn't necessarily have to be exercise or fitness. Whatever their goals are in life, if you find people that have similar goals, you will find the support you need, because everyone's focusing on the same goals. And there's your support system.
Are there any meaningful, especially meaningful interactions that you've had that have happened with your online community that you'd like to share? Maybe not even necessarily with, but I'm not even going to limit it. You tell us anything special that's happened through your online community that you'd like to share.
Well, I recently got a comment on one of my most recent posts from Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he, yeah, that was amazing. He even sent me 2 of his most recent books that he just published, a couple months ago. And I did get to meet him at his gym a couple months ago. And yeah, I got to meet him, got a picture with him, which was really an accomplishment in himself because of all his bodyguards, etc. And it was just like, wow, he's following me, and I'm like, this is amazing. I mean, it's just like, it's so exciting. I watched all his movies when I was growing up. Yeah.
So now Arnold is following you. You've got all of these people in your fit family. I mean, what an incredible story. You've come from a difficult health journey, all the way to working out, and not getting support from your family, getting all the way to a healthier place where you and your son have this huge health transformation. And then you've run all the way up to meeting the Governator, the Terminator, Arnold himself.
Mm-hmm.
What is next for you? I mean, it's like you see all these bucket list items just getting checked off.
Well, honestly, I just met and was invited to Jim Mannion's gym here in Pittsburgh, who is the owner of NPC. I even gave him a couple of my protein cookies for him to try. He's going to try to help me get them, find a manufacturer out there. We're thinking about trying to write a book. I'd like to get into some speaking engagements to try to help people with, quote, abusive relationships, possibly the eating disorders, because I've been through that, even with the cancer. Whatever input on advice I can give people, give them positive feedback, because I've been through it, and hopefully I can help them get through their troubles and their obstacles.
Granny Guns, it has been a pleasure going through your journey, the ups, downs, and even upside downs of life. And we're so glad to see that you were able to stay on the ride and come out on top in an excitingly positive way. So thank you so much for sharing this journey with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. And I'm going to keep going. And hopefully I can help a lot of people out there and give them lessons in positivity, mental fortitude, strength, and never give up. Keep going. That's my lesson.